We're streaming.
Okay. Well, hello, everybody. I'm John Schull, Sarah Gelbarg, our communication coordinator, Jonathan Hugadine, Jonathan, we need a title for you. Um, but we don't have to solve it in real time. This is our town hall meeting, and we've got a lot to cover, so we're going to jump into it. So I'm going to share my screen, and you will see that the first thing I'm sharing is the results of a significant e-NABLE vote and initiative. So far, we have 31 votes, which may be a record. Um, every one of them in favor of $10,000 to advance the United e-NABLE Coalition with World uh, African Fund, I think it's called, WAF, and Peter Odama. And this will be declared victory on. Here is Evan.
Hey,
Evan, we can already begin corresponding with An Kwan in order to start preparing for the delivery of $10,000 to them for this project.
great.
It also looks like Cesar is here. Cesar is our presenter in our next bionic design meeting. So, hi, Cesar.
Oh, hello,
Hey
Cesar.
Sarah, nice to meet you.
Hi. This is our town hall meeting, so we won't start with the bionic design presentation until 12, but we're happy to have you here in this meeting as well. So welcome.
Okay, thank you. My English is not very good. I'm not fluent in English, so excuse me. But I say Sara, qué pena.
Está bien.
Ok,
No es
gracias.
importante.
Gracias. Gracias. No, quería conectarme a esta hora para saber pues, si
No,
era
no, no, no.
requisito antes o no.
You had better not speak Spanish. I have a few words, but me and the audience probably are going to need your English, which is much better than my Spanish. Okay, so I am logging into the hub because we have a bunch of posts to run through. The first one is Christoph and a bike adapter, a proprietary design, allows the bike supporter to grow with your child. Let's get a look at it. On my screen, it doesn't look like much. Try this link and see if that works better. Nope. Okay.
Well, the
Well,
link downloaded the file in your downloads now.
it downloads. Okay. Now here it is. And now we got some. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So there's an adapter here, and apparently it is adjustable. And it's a great example. Oh, that's a really nice design. Look at that pivot. Well, that makes you happy. Sarah, would you see if we have permission to share that on the web? I think that's a great clip that will get people enthusiastic about e-NABLE.
Sure.
Okay, now here we are looking at nice. Look at that very specific adapter to her hand. Ask him about this one also and ask him for permission to talk about him and the wonderful work he's been doing for quite some time. In fact, we should do a profile of Christoph. Okay,
Yeah.
Eric Bubar is working on a different bionic arm design to show a 3D Printopia in 2 weeks. Where is 3D Printopia, I wonder? Here's a sneak peek. It's about 400 total. And I trust you can hear?
Uh, I don't think I'm getting sound.
No sound? Okay. Then I'm just going to jump ahead so we can see a little motion. Whoa, look at that display there. Touch a button, Eric. There you go. Nice. Separate motors for each finger. Visible. Cool. I think he's maybe moving into the realm of practical use. I'm going to tag at Madison and say, where is 3D Printopia? And move on, because Sarah has warned me that she's going to shut this meeting down promptly for the bionic design meeting with Cesar promptly at 11:30. Okay. School Enable chapters support is available from the Moorebridge Family Foundation. Up to $4,000 to every participating high school and SSF Club, Student Support Foundation Club. I wonder what the SSF Club is. Let's tag Madison and try to learn more about this. I lost my place, so I can click the button and retrieve it. At Madison, can you find out more about SSF clubs in general for e-NABLE and ERA? And of course, Sarah could do that, or I could do it, and I probably will. Tripo 3D turns your text descriptions or photos into ready-to-use 3D models. I haven't looked at this, and I see that nobody has, but this is a bold claim that you can take a static photo and get a ready-to-use 3D model that optimizes them for 3D printing or design projects. That is a bold claim. If we had more time, I would click the link. I haven't done it yet. I encourage someone to do that. Jonathan, why don't you click the link and just take a picture of your hand and see what happens?
Yeah, I tried. I don't think it was this specific one, but I have tried that service in the past
Oh,
with it. I think it was a different one. It worked
cool.
all right. I'll give it a shot and give some feedback on there, get it back up to the top of the hub.
Great. Thank you. Maxwell Pham, who was part of the United Enable Coalition, announcing the vote and advertising. And this is a great example of exactly the way to do it. This project has been over a year in development. We've gone through several iterations before actually making a major grant, but we made at least one small grant during during a past town hall meeting. The United Enable Coalition with Maxwell and Anquan's team of kids has written proposals. They have done exactly this kind of marketing, and as a result, we got a spectacular affirming vote, and it's going to go forward. I think all of those landmarks are really good signs for Enable going forward. Can someone help me? Says roughly Ilmeyancia. He's having trouble with his 3D printer. And Thierry says, you know, you might get more help on this problem if you went elsewhere, but I will take a look. The problem is like this. Probably he means the flashing red light. Looks like a firmware and software problem to me. Jonathan Badges. Jonathan, do you want to tell us about this?
Yeah, I worked with MASB and got the badge. Actually, believe it or not, our badge system had not been synced with Badger in over 2 years. So it doesn't really matter because nobody had created or deleted any old badges. But
Got it.
anyways, we got that resolved now, and we introduced the two new badges for the Whipper Wavu arm and the kinetic arm, which have both been out for a little while now, but now we have a badge for them.
Well, that's fantastic. Um, some years ago, I did an analysis of badges, and I came up with a whole badge hall of fame, as well as some visualizations of which badges were getting the most attention and who had them, and so on. If you tell me that the database is up to date, I may try to dust that off. You're not a Python programmer, are you, Jonathan?
No, I wish I was, but I'm not.
Okay. These days you don't have to be an anything programmer in order to take it forward. If you would like I've been doing a fair amount of vibe coding, as it's called, with AI, and it
It works.
it's it works, and it's better than I'm a fairly good Python programmer, but I find it's now more efficient to coach the AI system than to do the programming itself. And of course, it's fascinating dealing with one of these things. I've also got a pretty good system. I use Windsurf for the purpose. If anyone would like to develop those skills in the service of either ERA or e-NABLE, I'm in a good position to do, dare I say, a masterclass on coaching AI to solve well-defined problems. And if anyone wants to do that, I'm
A
standing by.
John Scholl vibe coding class.
That's what I'm proposing here. Okay, continuing. That was Jonathan Badges. Now we have Adama, Africa. I suspect you know Adama, not Odama. Okay. Here's a photo of my hand, and you can see I need a thumb, or I need half a thumb. He is from Africa. Where in Africa? We don't know yet. This will probably be a Nick finger, um, which I haven't seen applied to a thumb yet. Maybe he just needs a cosmetic. Um, we don't do a whole lot with our thumb joints, so just a good slip-on thumb might help him out. So if Adam will tell us exactly where, I'll bet we can come up with a quick and cosmetic solution. Mateo in Florida. I'm in New Jersey. We've just wrapped up all of our current cases and are excited to take on more. So, yes.
Sorry, it's not that's an old post. It's
Ah,
not, some people probably intend to make new posts, but instead they comment on old posts. So this is
got it.
Mateo's.
Okay. So Mateo asks, are you guys coming to Florida? Because my son needs a hand. He's missing his forearm and hand. And you're on it, Sarah.
Yeah.
You're aware, Sarah, that you can often find an email for Mateo. Oh, Mateo. If you look at the about, I guess it's not there. Okay, we'll see if he responds. Look how fast we're going through these. Nassim, materials. I'm building my first Phoenix. I'm in the UK. Where can I get the materials kit? Thierry says, right, don't buy it from 3D Universe, because you can find a full list here. And if you are really, and by that I mean really lazy, you can buy one from us in France. Okay. Thierry, thank you for your continuing activities on the hub and in France. And finally, AC is planning a chapter in Kansas with high schoolers. We made the prints. Can we just ship the parts out? No, says Sarah. We can certainly appreciate the learning value of that, but we're here to help recipients, and recipients, especially ones who need prosthetics, are not the right people to put them together. One could imagine a coalition modeled on the e-NABLE Uganda coalition, in which one group makes the parts, ships them to another group that does the assembly and quality control, but that's never actually been done successfully yet. So right now, Sarah's response is the right response. And thank you, Sarah, for keeping up with all of these and
Um,
keeping us on track.
I had wanted to ask about that because we get this question all the time of people asking if they can just ship non-specific handsomeware, and I don't know, what people are thinking that recipients can just, go to a warehouse and try on hands. It doesn't make any sense at all. Is there is it worth pinning something to the top of the hub? Or and also depending on where they're located, I thought maybe um if they wanted to print something to send it out without having to be precise, the state partnerships that need adaptive equipment.
Well,
So I had
that's right.
asked about that. But
No, it's a good point. There are useful devices, um, not prosthetics, but that can be printed and they don't require assembly. And I think that's a great idea, Sarah. Point them to Makers Making Change.
okay.
Maybe check with Madison to see if that's still the right contact and whether there are particular devices that are. Why don't we get recommendations from Makers Making Change for no assembly required devices that they have a desire for? And let's do pin that and say, like printing but not assembling, here are some useful devices for you to do, and you can send them to this address. Make it really easy. At the same time as we say, and stop asking, can you send hand parts that for someone else to assemble? Okay, doke.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
All right. We have raced through a lot of posts, which is interesting that there's that much activity. We have talked twice about the the Uganda e-NABLE Coalition, and their successful fundraiser, their successful grant application. And we have a bionic design meeting coming up in 9 minutes, at which Cesar from Colombia will talk about their work. Sarah, is there anything you want anything else we want to talk about in the 9 minutes that we have?
um, no, just I can put in the link to the bionic design meeting, and we have our next town hall at 11:30 a.m. on Thursday, September 25th. So next week, followed by our education and new members meeting with Ian.
Okay,
And
so I'm so glad we've had this little chat. On the 25th, I'm going to be in the midst of New York Climate Week. And the schedule is crazy and unpredictable. So can we reschedule that meeting or,
no, I mean it's gone out in the newsletter. It's the
okay,
schedule. We can
that's fine.
sometimes if town halls aren't needed, or people don't show up, we cancel. I mean, we cancel them. So I could show up, and if other people are there, I could go through
Well,
it. But
that's great. Jonathan has got Jonathan tends to just let me yak away, but he knows a lot about a lot. And why don't we invite An Kwan to fill in for me
Okay.
as another type? Um, I'll send him a note at the same time as I congratulate him on his success. And that's a great solution.
Um, okay, and then John, you'll be back for October 2nd, right? Town hall and chapter leaders.
I will. I'm checking
Okay,
my calendar right
great.
now. Click. Let's stop sharing. Let's look at October 2nd.
Oof.
2nd. Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay.
I got two things
Okay.
real quick.
Good.
If somebody could share me, and maybe I need to just go check the hub on Quan's contact information so I can start coordinating the grant payment, that would be lovely.
So I can help with that.
Second is just this trend of seeing a lot of first robotics teams. I love that. My general thought is seems like there's a lot of potential there. Somebody close to me runs a first robotics teams too, up in New York City. And so I don't know, maybe there's potential there. It's to me, it's all I feel like why isn't every team an e-NABLE chapter too, you know?
Well, that's exactly right. We've had a few such cases, but An Kwan is working with a first robotics team. That's sort of the core of the UEC, the Uganda e-NABLE Coalition. I'm going to have to get used to saying that.
Yeah. So is he the
Um,
teacher? Or-
and so we are indeed talking about trying to, now that we've got an insider in a leadership position here, as well as in first, trying to make it much more common for first teams, which have an ongoing obligation to do some kind of pro-social activity during their
I knew
off
that.
season,
Yeah.
to work with us. So that's all great.
Yeah.
I will send a note to you and An Kwan. In fact, I'm going to go back to Lumio right now. I'm going to declare victory here. View all votes, remind, close early.
The vote turnout was pretty good too. I don't
It
know.
was great.
You
It
just
was great.
yeah.
They did everything right. And so I'm going to summarize the results to everyone in the thread. And I'm saying congratulations to you, UEC, and an engaged e-NABLE community. e-NABLE/e-NABLEO community. This proposal cleared the bar in record time and currently has 31, a unanimous 31 votes. I'm declaring victory and eager to see this advance. Congratulations. Said that. Bang. Okay. So I'll send an email to you, Evan, and An Kwan, and he will coordinate, and Peter, of course. And we'll have to coordinate the payment. I suspect there will be more of these in the future, so it's worth working out the channels the
Yeah.
right way.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Well, Sarah, your threats are to no avail. We're not going to run over.
Sorry.
Why don't we
I
close and
didn't
I'll see you there in a
I
minute.
didn't mean it as I didn't I just didn't want
No,
anyone to click on the Bionic Design meeting and think no one was there or miss
much
it.
appreciated.
So
Threads.
are you coming to that?
I think I am, yes.
Oh, great. Okay.
Okay,
Well, see you there.
bye.
Thanks everybody.